Hi, my name is Erica Otero, and I'm a BPI sports employee. I have also been competing for the NPC for 10 years. I am in the figure division, and I am a nationally qualified athlete. So at the national level for the figure division in the NPC, they will be looking for confidence and knowing that you can walk across the stage like you own it. They will be looking for your physique, an X shape, so that your shoulders are nice and rounded. You come in at your waistline, and then your quads come out again. So the difference between the posing for the NPC bikini and the NPC figure divisions is going to be that in bikini they're looking for a small waistline and for very rounded glutes. You never want to face the judges head on. Your belly button should never be facing them. And that goes for both divisions, but in bikini you're trying to set yourself up so that your waistline looks as small as possible. You're not showing as much muscular structure as you would in figure. In figure, you have an X shape to consider, so you're trying to make yourself look as wide as possible, and you're flexing every muscle. You're also trying to stay calm so that your shoulders are not lifted very high, and your hands are very close to you at all times. In the NPC figure division, there's two segments to consider when it comes to posing. The first segment is going to be when you're on stage by yourself, and it's called the individuals. This is the time that the usher takes to introduce you to the crowd, and you also get to be on stage by yourself. So this is where you want to show off your strongest attributes. You always start with a front pose. That front pose is going to be the same as your comparison front pose. You move on to your side model pose. Again, this is the time that you're showing off your strongest suit, so let that pose cater to what your strongest sections are in your physique. You do not get to do this during the comparison pose, as everybody's poses look the same. You move on to a back pose, just the same as the comparison back pose, and you end with a front model pose. And you want to show a lot of confidence as you dismiss yourself and you walk off the stage. The second section of posing that you have to focus on for the NPC figure is going to be comparisons. Comparisons is where you get to stand next to the other ladies on stage. They're going to be side by side with you, and the judges are calling off quarter turns. So you always want to start with a front pose, and you're bringing out your lats first. You have to lead the motion with your lats and allow your arms to just sit on top of your lats. If you bring your arms too far out, you're going to look like a bodybuilder, and you're also going to wash out your own shoulders. So to keep your shoulders nice and rounded, you want to keep your hands really close to you. And you also want to prevent yourself from leading the motion with your shoulders too high. You don't look relaxed, you don't look confident. So you want to set up your pose, and as the judges call for quarter turns, you're going to step away from your box, step back into your box, and you set up your pose. Do not drop your chest in between poses. So you want to keep your chest and your back out at all times. Then you move on to your back pose. And then you quarter turn to your side pose again. During this pose, I also want to remind you that when you're facing the left or the right, you're not allowed to face the judges. So you're doing your pose and you're facing away from the judges. You come back to your front pose, and the judges might call this off several times. So the first time you might be in the center, you might be moved around. This is for different purposes. They want to compare you to other girls in the lineup. They also sometimes want to make sure that they're viewing everybody under equal lighting, so they might switch you over to the left or the right side of the stage. So the placement of your feet is actually very important, specifically for figure, because like I said before, you never want to actually have your belly button directly facing the judges. For that to be possible, you actually want to diagonal one of your feet away from the judges, and you want to have your front foot facing your head judge. So as you have your front foot facing the head judge and the other foot is diagonal the other way, you want to set up your pose and you want to turn towards the judges. Again, I'm not directly facing the judges because that will make you look wider. You want to actually stay sideways at all times. The hand motions, your hands are going to be as relaxed as possible. If you keep your hands cupped, it gives you a very unnatural look. You want to look relaxed. And for the most part, people will arch out one finger in every pose. But again, no matter where you are, unless you're doing your front pose, you're never directly facing the judges. One of your feet is facing the judges and your belly button is facing away from them. When considering your stage presence, you have to consider more than just the confidence you give across when you walk on stage. You also want to consider an overall look that you're giving off to the judges. The judges will be looking at your nails, your suit, your jewelry, your hair, and your makeup. How you wear your hair on stage has a big impact on the presence you give off. Most ladies will wear their hair long so that it's more flowy. The judges do not have a preference for straight or curly hair, but the reason you want to have longer hair so that it accentuates the curves that you're trying to show off. Your makeup has to be a lot louder on stage than you would have it for your regular day. You need to have very bright eyeshadow, call a lot of attention to your eyes, and you want to wear long eyelash extensions. Wearing red lipstick is actually something that the judges want to guide you away from. Again, the same theory of having anything too distracting in your hair or your nail colors. That's the reason why you don't want to wear any red lipstick. When choosing the color of your bikini, you should always keep in mind what colors naturally already look good on you. Depending on your pigmentation, you might want to choose very bright colors. Usually want to stick to deep blues, greens, purple, hot pink, and red. You want to stay away from the more pastel colors like lilac, baby pink, and baby blue, as they tend to blend into your tanner and wash you out on stage. Everyone knows that when you're pumped up at the gym, you look better than just walking around during your regular day. Therefore, it's a great idea to pump up at least 20 minutes before you go on stage. You want to go ahead and bring your own things for convenience, such as bands and some light dumbbells. The recommendation is going to be to fill with muscle whatever muscles you want the muscle bellies to be full. Therefore, your shoulders, your back, and your quads for figure. To keep your nerves calm, I would recommend to walk away from everything and everyone. If you've already registered for the show and you're on time with your hair and makeup, go ahead and find a quiet corner where you can lay down. I recommend bringing a pillow, a blanket, and your headphones, and go ahead and zone out for at least 20 minutes. It's proven that people who zone out right before an event always perform better and they will look a lot more confident. I hope to see you at this year's NPC Nationals being hosted right here in Miami, Florida.